I'm annoyed about white collar crime.
Okay.
White collar crime it's annoying that they have so much. It's like minimum security prisons.
Yeah.
Like you committed fraud, big man. Like white collar crimes are mostly to do with fraud.
Yeah. Oh, it's like, you know that Fry Festival thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Big man, you affected
fuck.
so many people. You actually put people's lives in danger.
But people lost like bags on bags because of you.
And you stranded them on an island without no electricity or water. Nothing. How are you going to be sent off to a white collar prison, minimum security, where you can watch TV and play pool? Don't make sense.
Fuck that.
Go to a maximum security, and then you will know.
Everyone should just get maximum security. Like, I mean, not maximum. I mean, like everyone in both collars.
Yeah, everyone that has done that, like a crime enough for them to be put into a maximum security, should be put in it.
Yeah.
Because the white collar prisons are bullshit.
And like just the prison system in general, like even in the UK, like compared to like America, like
UK is nothing.
It's nuts. Though.
Pretty much nothing.
What do you mean?
Like, as in, there's so much, it's what comes in and out of prisons is not as controlled as America.
Okay, yeah.
Like, you see, man, they've been pen. they've got
like,
TVs.
yeah.
You know, they've got PS4s and
Because
shit.
it's so easy to what sneak
Very
things
easy.
in.
Masters are watching Naruto, you know.
Big man, life.
Sometimes I can't watch Naruto because of the Wi-Fi.
Man, them are making studios in the summer.
Living better than me, fam.
Nah, it's mad.
Well, I saw a video and one person had a VR on, fam. Like, I'm not chatting shit. Like, I swear down.
No, but
Man, the video was just real life.
Man, them, they don't care.
Outside of prison.
They're not in prison if they got a VR on, fam. They're doing it all up. Pretty much. Like, it's mad though, innit? Like,
yeah, but
that's my belief. Like, prison system is a whole different
No, but jokes aside,
conversation
even with
as well.
all of that, fam, listen, 23 hours locked in one place, it's not life.
that's
Oh,
not
like what happened
life.
to
Yeah.
21 Savage, innit?
21 Savage.
He was in
locked for
23
Yeah,
hours.
in a detention center. I remember, right? I was doing like this kind of thing with like a group called the Advocacy Academy. It's like something I was on. It's like a fellowship for like people that want to get into activism. We did a residential on mass incarceration, and one of the activities was we were supposed to stay in a confined space for half an hour. I came a bit late, so I only could stay there for 15 minutes. And after 10 minutes, after 10 minutes, I was drawing on like the cardboard paper that we were surrounded in. We were all in our own one. So I was by myself. I was getting bad agitated. I was doing this. So imagine me 10 minutes, right? Feeling like I couldn't like I felt so agitated. Imagine being in that for 23 hours.
And keep in mind, you were comfortable with the people around you, or you knew what was in the vicinity.
I knew what was in the vicinity.
Exactly. Imagine you're in there. And
You know that there's rapists about.
Fam, not even rapists, but imagine you're a gang member. You go in there, the people in your wing are from the opposite gang.
Yeah.
Bro, tight.
It's very tight, and it's scary, fam.
Tight. Unless you know the people that control your wing, you're pissed.
Yeah.
Mentally, it's so bad for you, like, and like, it's just crazy. Like, yeah,
It's mad.
it's mad.
And with America, the whole gang situation.
America one is cages, fam. That's proper. I think that's slavery.
That's slavery. It's slavery, fam.
Well, expand on that, I don't understand.
What do you mean, like the prison system? How is slavery?
Yeah. Carry on. I have a point afterwards.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like it's slavery because of like one, just the time you spend in solitary confinement. Like it's just like, I think they made a stat that's saying that the maximum, I think I'm gonna have to search this one up again, but I think they said that the maximum somebody can stay in solitary confinement for their mental like capacity is like 4 days, or was it 2 days, or 2 to 4 days. You've got people that are staying in there for months.
Yeah.
There was a kid called Khalif Browder, right? He was like falsely accused of stealing somebody's backpack, and he went to Rikers Island in New York, which is like one of the toughest prisons in America. He went there for 3 years.
What?
3 years.
For a backpack?
And he didn't.
Jay-Z made a documentary about it.
Yeah. There was a documentary about it. It's on Netflix, and it's like,
America's tough, bro.
he
It's a
was
demon
he was
country.
in solitary confinement
Can't believe you
for
went there,
months,
Richard.
for 3 months.
Can't believe you went.
And then after they falsely accused him, they beat him in there like properly. When he came out, obviously everybody met him like he was this, and then after a couple months he killed himself.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like it's so much like emotional.
You know, you
and,
hear
mental
yourself
baggage.
talking, and
Yeah,
you know we talk to
it's
ourselves, but
crazy.
you hear yourself shouting at yourself.
Yeah,
Because
man. Yeah.
What's it called?
Nuts. It's called The Story of Khalif Browder. I can send it. So,
See.
yeah, we got to probably put in the link.
But do you think prisons work?
What do you mean?
Do you think like punishing someone by separating them from society,
'Cause-
keeping them in?
No, I think it
'cause
should be.
crime hasn't dropped.
Prison should be rehabilitation.
Mhm.
It shouldn't be.
There's a big thing going on now. Did you see on what was it? Good Morning Britain, the weatherman. He was talking about how
that
they-
outburst,
Yeah.
rage,
It
outburst.
wasn't an
That
outburst.
pissed
It
me
was
off.
a solid point that he made. It was like these kids.
It's a community that's in
They're in a dangerous and very, very conflicted environment as it is, and then you're going to put them in a more stressful environment. How is that supposed to rehabilitate them? He actually made a very, very solid point.
And even at this point, when it comes to UK prisons, listen, there's some people that'd rather be in prison than outside broke.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
No,
because that's
roof over their head, food all the
That's
time.
being
That's
institutionalized. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother situation. And like, what's it called? I was gonna say something. Oh shit, I forgot. Sorry. No. Yeah, but no, yeah. Being institutionalized is not cool because it's like once you're out of prison,
What do you do?
then feel like you
I
want.
that say all the time, like Fredo, I'd rather be in prison than outside broke.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think he said that. Yeah, you're right.
One of his songs.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah. Even Kendrick Lamar, fam, he like there
Has he been
there was a
banned?
bar. It was like
Has he been banned?
What,
Fredo?
No, Kendrick.
no. There was a bar in one of his songs. It was like, what's money got to do with it? When I don't know the full definition of a rap image, I'm trapped inside the ghetto and I ain't proud to admit it. Institutionalized, I keep running back for a visit. Hold up. So it's like,
Guys,
Got that lyric on.
It's like excited and everything. Fucking hell.
I rinsed that out.
Yeah.
No, yeah. But yeah, man, that's the prison systems for you, and it's fucked. And even I remember my point. If prisons was about making sure that people don't commit crimes again, then rehabilitation is what they would do.
Yeah.
It's not about.
It's like
not about
literally
helping.
When you think about countries
It's
like
not
Germany,
help-
Sweden and that, they want is proper
Yeah,
rehabilitation.
yes, legit.
Sweden definitely.
Do you not see how low their crime rate is compared to
It's
everyone
so
else?
low, fam.
You know they carry guns as well.
What?
It's so
Sweden,
low.
and it's not little pistols. They carry AK-47 because they hunt.
Wait, are these civilians? Like
Civilians, they're allowed to carry guns. I think there's either Switzerland, Sweden, one of them lot.
That's the thing. They
They
have a
carry
very
guns.
high
And if you see
standard
their
living of
prisons,
life.
right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
better
they
than
do.
my room.
So that, what?
The prison, the rooms are better than my room,
Is it?
or as similar.
Oh, okay, come on.
Yeah, it's like
Because
it's
it's
not
proper
yeah.
rehabilitation. You can learn stuff in there. Like, of course, you can learn in our prisons, but it's not the best quality. But
And-
that one is
yeah.
proper. They try to sit you down. Like,
Exactly.
You can.
You fucked up,
Yeah.
but we'll fix you.
Yeah.
And
That's
I would-
how it should be.
That's how it
That's how it should be, but that's how it's not because it's not about rehabilitating people.
Yeah.
It's about. I feel like it's about containing ethnic minorities.
Yeah.
That's how I think.
You know what? You hit
Especially
the
in
nail on
America.
the head.
Yeah,
You hit the
But
nail
that's
on
what
the
I'm
head.
saying.
I swear, yeah, prison has
Yeah,
more.
that's how it's slavery.
That's
That's how
what
it
I'm
goes
saying.
into
That's what
slavery.
slavery
Yeah,
is.
because it's about containing people. Like think about it like this, right? Okay, in America, the 13th Amendment, right? All black people, nobody can be held as slaves except for criminals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
Is that
every-
actual- an
that's
actual-
that's the
That's
Constitution in America. It's like inscribed and it says except criminals. So what they did is that they created something called the chain gang, which means that you can put people in prison, say, oh, you've committed this, you've committed that, like small things like loitering, walking on the wrong side of the
Jaywalking.
pavement, jaywalking, that kind of stuff.
Bro, you know how
Jaywalking is probably
Niggas,
the
I've been
most
running through the road. Coming up, man. I'm like, oh,
Jaywalking is probably
I will call injury lawyers for you.
don't
fuck with me.
Light in the cars, and then them man are coming. Like I'm crossing the road and when I'm not supposed to, and people are driving. I'm like, what? Who's on what?
Who's on camera? No one.
Exactly.
There,
No, yeah.
you walk around, you're getting fucked up
Legit.
by any police that's
Legit.
on site.
So like,
Don't
yeah,
make sense.
it don't make sense. So basically, right, what they did is that they did all of these things. They said, okay, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that, and like small things, right? So they put them on the chain gang. They put them in prisons. They will send them for 25 years for jaywalking, for loitering, and then what would that do? They would keep them in a state of like enslaved, and already like they've been enslaved for hundreds and hundreds of years. So it's like
So I think the acronym was like
they've already got
435 years.
They've already got slave-like mentality where they're already like institutionalized within themselves. So then it gets to the point where they don't know how to like
Function outside.
function
rooms.
outside of like being like
All you known
chained.
was prison, and now
Exactly.
you're out, and then.
Yeah,
Well, did you hear about that judge who was sentencing black kids to prison, who was selling black kids to prison because they needed more things as criminals?
Where?
It was in America, obviously.
Fuck.
But they were selling. The judge was, let me think before I say anything stupid. The prison paid him $1 million to send black kids to that prison to work.
That's fucked up. but I'm not surprised.
I am not surprised.
Did he ask for
100%
black kids?
I'm pretty sure he's. If you don't know, Elon. It was at Elon Musk interview. He's like, a lot of judges have sense, but then you have those off ones who are like doing that.
Corrupt ones. There's always a corrupt one.
But yeah,
Yeah, man.
fucked up, different.
Like, yeah, even like with what like Akala was saying, right? He was talking about how we're talking about like the stigma behind black criminals or like the what's it called, creating the black folk devil, right?
Yeah.
That like is created like mad moral panics in society, like everybody moving mad saying, oh shit, black people are gonna steal my bag and shit. So he said, like, think about it like this, right? If let's say for example in like a bad year 50 people die from like stabbed wounds, right, and like the stabbings, that's 0.004% of the black population. So if black criminals was the issue, then we're not doing it.
I think he ended up saying he compared it to Glasgow as well.
Yeah.
He said technically they have actually committed
Glasgow is nice city.
Yeah.
So,
it is. I think up there they've got one of the toughest prisons, something like that.
Scottish dogs are on crud though, that's why.
In Liverpool or Glasgow or something like
They're
that.
on crud differently. Have you seen Braveheart? Them fuckers know how to fight.
But that's the thing, when you deep it over there, they don't blame it on race.
yeah, exactly.
No, they don't.
They don't.
Yeah, and
So
I think like the four youngest black kids, the four youngest people to ever take their GCSEs were black kids.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about that. You gotta like maintain.
Wait, I'm confused. Wait.
Sorry, the four youngest people to ever take their GCSEs in life were 4 African kids.
Okay.
I think they're West African as well. So it's like all of this shit, right? And all of the positive stories about black people that we hear, like on Twitter and stuff like that, they never make it onto mainstream media
definitely not.
because it's about maintaining the image of like.
I watched a documentary. It was on Netflix. It was The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind.
Oh, I saw that.
It was-
I didn't watch that.
I liked it a lot. Did you hear what they did?
No, do you-
Basically, in 2006, I think it was, this kid, 13 years old, something like that, in Mali or Malawi, one of them two countries. Desert, UNICEF fucked over. America just had the plane crash. Sorry, it wasn't 2006. It was 2001.
Yeah.
America just had 9/11, so they weren't really focusing on aid. They were focusing on terrorism. And so what happened was, Malawi just came out of a dictatorship and then just got into government. And however, the government really just was a dictatorship under the disguise of democracy.
Yeah.
So the outskirts, dry. No food was coming in. Water doesn't rain because it was that area, no water. Unless it was on the ground. And they had no way to get out. Boy, 13 years old, read 1 physics books, supplied electricity and water pumps for the whole farm. He built it with metal scraps and a bicycle and 1 dynamo.
That's what I'm saying. There is always a solution to a problem.
Yeah.
That's why, coming to the education shit, there's always a genius in every single population, but because of the pride of your one country, you will not give it, but you just capitalize on yourself.
What's it going on right now? It's Haitian people. What, they're eating mud or something.
Oh, yeah, I saw
because
that.
the Red Cross.
Oh, that was.
It was something
disgusting.
like, where was all of that money from the
Where's
Red Cross donated to?
another one? Where's flipping Red Nose? What's the fucking
Comic
thing?
relief.
Comic Relief. Where the fuck's that?
No,
101 million pounds, you know?
Yeah, I remember.
What's Comic Relief for?
It's about raising money for specific things like.
Okay.
Not sure, but I heard about that only like 1% of the money from Red Cross goes to the actual.
Yeah.
Grenfell as well. Grenfell was mad as well.
Grenfell was mad.
All the
Because it's
money
like,
donated.
yeah, because it's like, think about it,
Because
right?
they're still not housed yet.
They're not.
They're not. I know
It's
this.
so mad. And like I remember there was a thing where I saw on Twitter. It was like Theresa May gave like in like the first week, right? They were like Theresa May gave 5 million to like the Grenfell like to sort out what's going on like straight away, which doesn't sound bad. But then you realize and remember that they gave more than double to find Madeleine McCann.
Hey.
Then you're
give a
thinking to
million right now, I
yourself,
swear.
it's
We
like,
can't-
and they're giving more right now.
We covered Madeleine McCann.
Like
we covered
Madeleine.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was something like
If you haven't seen the episode,
11
watch
million.
the
11
episode.
million.
It was 12 million now because
12.
they're doing the Scotland Yard is initiating another million.
They gave it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another million. So it's
Say less.
12.
We're gonna put you,
The
yeah?
parents killed her, bruv.
That's what we were saying. That's
parents
another.
killed her.
That's another.
So
that's
where is
another
that
theory.
money going to?
That's what. Where does it actually go to? That's what.
It goes to the police, like, so they can like be able to give like they
It's-
get funded to like go and like search for
It's
her.
all BS.
It's BS.
Yeah. It's
Because you know, and everyone knows, if this person was a Muslim kid or a black kid or an Asian kid,
no.
they will not give two shits about the
see
kid.
the light of day.
They won't.
You will not
They
see
won't
the
give
light
two
of
shits.
day.
And like what I was talking about, the black folk devil, right, and how they're portrayed. It's the exact same thing with Muslim people right now. Like I'm like the amount of like stupid shit I've seen on Twitter where like a Muslim person would drop their bag and run, and then everybody would run.
I can't lie.
This shit is.
I can't lie to you. I've done that before as a joke.
Is it?
Yeah, he's done that before.
No, not to actual people. As in like a joke between our group. As in like friendship group. I'm not.
Back in year 11, year 10 days, what we used to do.
Just
Because
in case I ain't trying to catch a case.
back in year 10 and year 11, what we used to do, we speak two different languages, right? But it still sounds very harsh.
Very funny, bro.
So we used to pretend we could understand each other just to scare people. He'd be like, he'd speak Arabic or Kurdish, and I'll speak flipping Gujarati, and just scare people. It was fun. Bro. It was stupid looking back at it.
It's so funny, but yeah, man, like the Muslim folk devil, innit? That's what it is now, especially in America, like with the whole travel bans and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and like what's going on in Syria and.
It's mad because I can't even go to America without a visa, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Sucks to
Because
me.
I've been technically it's still Iraq, innit? I've been to Iraq, and apparently if you've been to one of the countries that are listed as on the travel ban since May the 11th, May something 2011,
Yeah.
you have to apply for a visa to get into the States, and you have to wait for approval.
Wait, so are you
It's
going to
not
New
a
York
sure
this
thing.
year then?
Yeah, I'm
How
going
the
this
fuck
year.
you finesse the system then?
I'm not going. We haven't. It's not decided. We've booked the tickets, but then we found out that we have to actually apply for a visa. So everything's booked.
So sticky.
Money's been spent. So now we have to apply for the visa.
Can you not return it?
Huh? I'm not sure. If we do decide to cancel, then they'll probably give us like half the money back or
It's
something.
better than nothing.
Something like that. But we have
Still.
to wait. We have to wait for the visas. We haven't even applied for the visas yet. But that's the. No, you deep it. Like nobody's got time to do it.
No one
Like,
actually has
my
time.
brother doesn't know how to do it. He's at sixth form. My dad works and my sister works as well. Yeah, my mum's back home.
Yeah.
So it's a case of that's a massive problem. Like we're British citizens.
Yeah. You know, with being in the EU, we get 40% off travel, like around Europe.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're gonna have to
We
apply.
get 40% off.
Yeah.
So now that we're gonna leave the European, that's gone.
So when I want to go work in another country in Europe, they want to shake
Yeah,
me.
but
Every
you're
single
gonna-
year,
listen.
this happens to me, bro. They experiment something and I get fucked over.
We have to make
Yeah,
a
but
way
Once
to
you pay,
go down, bro.
once you pay £300 to go to France.
Me personally,
Like,
Oh,
tight.
fuck that, man.
listen, I don't think we're leaving Brexit either.
I don't think we are. I think there's gonna be a second referendum.
I want there to be a
there's
second
three options.
referendum.
I think but there's no way leaving without a deal. I know that. We're not leaving
Yeah.
without a deal. So it's either they extend Article 50
Mhm.
and they try and make another deal.
Mhm.
Or we
just have a
second referendum.
They have a second referendum, or we don't even leave at all.
So wait.
I think the third one's most likely. I don't think everyone.
Wait.
Yeah.
If we do have a referendum, what would you do? You stay or leave? Just one word.
Stay.
I'm always been staying. To me, I don't even care. I've got dual citizenship. I don't really care.
Of what country?
This is done in German.
I've got German
Piss
citizenship.
off,
I
man.
don't
I know,
care.
yeah.
Lucky you, fam.
You stay.
Remain.
Stay.
So do you think now, if we would vote, we have a strong stay?
It's a strong stay because the leavers, they lied in their thing to get the leave anyway.
The NHS was the biggest lie. My
The
mum,
300 million.
my
saved.
mum,
Yeah.
my mum
350 a
voted
week.
leave because she thought of the NHS and because of the.
Oh, your mum voted leave.
Yeah, but my dad voted stay and she
My
was good.
mum voted leave as well.
Because she wanted that NHS money because of health and shit like that. Not
Immigrants
for
are
her.
I ain't trying to see more immigrants come in this
No,
country.
no, no.
What?
My dad, I heard my dad say bloody immigrants. Daddy came in the UK.
My dad's the same. I swear
No,
down.
real talk, that's an actual
Yeah,
issue.
it's
Yeah.
true. Like it's so mad. Like they also think that
They
immigrants
now,
are the
they
issue.
now think
Yeah.
we're one of them. So like, you know what?
Yeah.
If they're saying we're gonna get out, get us too.
We are
Get out.
You're right, man.
You see the immigrants coming. Shh, turn around.
Like, I remember I saw one video here. I think it was like
Oh, shit.
one Asian guy on BBC News saying, "Yeah, I voted leave because
He's like, these bloody immigrants, they come to my they come to my country, they take my shop. I'm like, wow.
big accent talking about immigrants." I was like,
The bad thing is,
I'm thinking, how shameless can one person be?
yeah, exactly. The thing is, my dad's exactly the same, fam. It's mad. It's exactly the same. Fuck
I don't know why my dad didn't say cheers and alright, mate. After
Yeah.
break.
But the fact is, my dad, he came here when he was 7, so he has a Cockney accent because he worked in Hackney for his whole teenage.
So he went to school.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember one time, me and my dad were talking, and I was like, I think it was like, what election was it? What's the one before the last one?
Theresa May one, or David Cameron, and
The one, no, the public one. The Theresa May, we couldn't do anything. Not
Gordon Brown? Yeah,
no,
I was
no.
thinking Gordon Brown.
what do you mean? As in before the recent one?
The last main election, when was that?
The last
last
election was with
election.
Corbyn and
Yeah.
and
It had to be
Teresa.
It was
Yeah,
a hung,
Corbyn and Teresa.
Hung parliament. That's what it was.
yeah, and
I
then
was
they
talking
lost
about
the
enough
majority.
talking to my dad, yeah, and then I was like, so who are you voting for? Because normally our area is Lib Dem. So I'm thinking, okay, regular, he's either voting Labour or Lib Dem.
Yeah.
And my guy was talking to me about UKIP, and I was like,
What?
I was like, huh? And then like, no, I'm joking, but still, but you know what?
Yeah, no,
I've been here long enough.
there was
I've been-
this is comedian here called Ramesh Raghunathan, right? That big tall Sri Lankan dog. Yeah. He said the same exact what you were saying. We're like, he's been here since he was young. I lived in Crawley. We can't speak the language, but he's still Tamil by heart. And he was like, obviously I was gonna vote for Labour because I have kids. I like the NHS. And then he's like, yeah, I wouldn't really vote for UKIP. But then he searched UKIP's policies and he read them. He read them. He's like, he wants to control immigration, so there's more jobs for the English people. He's like, I have a UK passport. Makes sense.
days.
He wants more. UKIP wants more NHS money. NHS money, and it was like, he's like, yeah, I agree with that. He says he doesn't want. He doesn't want money wasted on people who's not gonna benefit for this country. And he's like, wait, hold up.
Hold on,
I might be UKIP, you know. And then he was like, I called my mum the same day. He's like, Mum, what are you really contributing to?
But still, I was like,
My dad votes Conservative.
Yeah, no,
Really?
He has a right to as well.
Until my mum patterned him, he was voting Conservative.
I'm
Nah,
pretty sure because,
yeah.
because my parents are moving to like sorry, innit?
Yeah.
So by the time they move to sorry, and they establish family, they're gonna be conservatives.
Oh,
Period.
Because they have a right. Because if you're earning money from your hard work,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that money to.
That's what I'm saying. That's the thing.
It's the Conservatives.
It's the right thing to do, but at the same time,
the whole thing with the Conservatives is to lower tax and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're more financial based in it, so I can understand for people that are in that certain position where the 40% tax bracket is a sticky one. Because literally, beside like you leave out personal allowance, which is something like £11,850. Yeah. After that, 40% of your money is going to the government.
That's what I'm saying.
It's crazy.
So, cause really and truly, like, you can try to be a nice guy what you want, but
Yeah.
listen, I know who I am.
Yeah.
If I'm earning a certain amount of money,
I want that money for
I
myself.
really want that
Fam.
money, and I'm not even gonna. I wouldn't mind making no little offshore account. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so shameless with it. Like,
That's
I
the
wouldn't
thing.
care. If it's not illegal,
That's the
I'm doing
thing. There's tax avoidance and then there's tax evasion.
Evasion.
Tax avoidance is legal.
it. Yeah, that's the
It's
thing.
unethical, but
I'm
it's-
doing
it's
everything that's legal.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
Might as well stop looking at frog shit.
Because
Yeah.
once I heard people like the Queen, David Cameron putting stuff in Panama, I'm like, so if them man are doing it, who am
Well,
I?
exactly.
Who am I?
If they
not
care about one little you from Car Shelton, that's gonna be
Yeah.
the fucking Queen's doing it.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, so that's what it is. But my dad's been voting Labour from the beginning. isn't
Of
he?
course, yeah. So
My
so
dad's
parents.
my dad's been in the 20% bracket and still is like, so the whole money thing and the Tories agenda in terms of government, it doesn't really affect him. So what makes more sense to him is Labour Party.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
But at the end of the day-
personally, I don't vote, so it doesn't.
I don't
make
vote
it
yet
doesn't make a
because
difference.
I
to me,
just
to be
turned.
honest.
vote?
I haven't voted yet. I've never voted in anything because of my age.
Never voted.
Do you vote?
No, I've never voted.
Do you vote?
No. I'm
Okay,
learning
wait,
from this,
but
man.
But you know what?
I'm
I don't
I'm
believe in
registered.
voting if a candidate doesn't actually represent you in it.
Yeah.
Like if you can't actually hold them to account and say, what are you actually going to do for working class people? What are you going to do for black people? What are you going to do for Muslim people after being, ridiculed by white
well,
media? Like if they're not answering these questions,
Then
why
what's
are
the
you
fucking
voting
point?
for them?
It's like when do you know
doesn't make sense.
the voting for the student president for this university, right? One of my course mates, she was like to me, vote for my friend. I was like,
Why?
Why?
well, I was like, why? He's like, cause he's black. I'm like, what the fuck? That's
That don't make no
You know what?
sense.
I voted for the person I wanted, and I'm so glad she got into power because you know that uni bus
Yeah.
coming to our road. It's cause of her.
Swear down.
It's cause of her. I was
That's
like,
the thing.
The thing is,
That's the thing. People like to vote for people because it's as if they relate to them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
But
get-
really and truly,
that.
if a white guy talks to more about my issues than a black guy,
then
I'm
you
voting
would
for the white
side
guy.
for him because
Yeah.
you have to look at certain people's policy. It's nothing about race or anything
That's
like
what I'm
that.
saying.
We got
You
to
have to
come
look
away,
at the
we got to
Yeah.
come away from this thing where you have to support this guy because he's black. You got to support this guy because he's Asian. This and that. It don't make no difference. It's
On a
what that
small scale
person
for a
stands
business
for.
At the
and
end of the
shit
day,
like
they're
that.
being elected by white people's money. So, like,
Yeah.
end of the day, they're not
It
going to
doesn't
go
even
against
Who's funding them?
Who's funding them?
Because
And,
either
like,
way,
yeah.
president is listen. It's still report to SU at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So
That's like, have you seen Narcos, right?
Yeah.
I think it was the one about Cali cartel.
yeah.
Yeah, the Colombian president was funded by Cali money. So even though he said all these things, because of the money that's being funded by the offshore accounts and shit like that, they were not stopping the drug trade. They had to not tell the Colombian president that they were gonna arrest them because that money was sweet.
It's the exact same with the NRA in America. How many like senators and like even President Trump?
What is NRA? Sorry, I don't know.
The National Rifle Association.
So
like,
the guns and
people
shit.
that
Okay.
guns and stuff.
Cool.
So it's just like obviously that it's protected by the Second Amendment, right? The right to bear arms.
Yep.
But it's like they're not going to do anything because the NRA have so much influence, right? They're an interest group. They have so much influence in giving people money and saying, we want you to do this, and this,
Yep.
and then we'll give you this much money, right? Obviously, they're going to give people like Trump and all of them and the most money because he's the highest position.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like, at the end of the day, what can the US actually do about gun control if the basis of their campaigns in terms of funding is given by people that support guns and the NRA and all these people?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's
a
like
vicious cycle, bro.
One thing I wanted to touch on. What do you know much about what Corbyn and the anti-Semitic?
I don't know
situation
nothing
as well?
about that.
Do you know anything that's going on?
No,
about
do
that?
you?
tiny bit. Yeah.
No, that's what I wanted to ask you if you knew what was going on with that.
I mean, I know Corbyn has come out in some instances to be anti-Semitic.
That's against Jewish people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah. And
Jews
like,
run the world, by the way.
Huh?
They run the world.
Yeah, they fully do.
The Rothschilds, they're Jewish, bruv.
They're not even the richest family as well. That's the thing.
They're not even.
Rockefeller Jewish.
Rock.
He
No.
was.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, before, sorry. Wait, you know what? You finish your point about.
No. Go ahead.
Because I was interested about the Rockefellers, innit? Because I felt like a little world domination, power struck, innit? So I researched. By 1913, Rockefeller, or 1903, Rockefeller became the first billionaire, right? That is 400 billion for today.
Yeah.
No one in this country has in this world has that much money. The closest person to his wealth was Mansa Musa, and
No, he had more.
Mansa Musa, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was the closest to Mansa Musa.
Oh yeah, okay.
But that, you see what I mean? He had so much power. You know how oil runs the world, right?
Yeah.
His family, at one point, because of him, in 1903, owned 90% of the oil in America. 90% of the oil in America is owned by Rockefellers. They might have sold some of things off, but back then, that's how much money. And the Banks of England is owned by the Rothschilds, because that's how the wars and all that was funded in, the British Empire.
Yeah.
It was funded by the Rothschilds.
Okay.
That's why they own everything.
Yeah, because they were located in different areas, and they said you need to generate.
That's why I
power.
was like, I need to build a legacy like that. They have so much influence.
The Rothschild, as of 2017, they were worth 400 billion.
Crazy.
As a family collective.
Yeah,
Am I the
as
only
a
one who
collective.
thought that what's it called, Rockefeller has something to do with Jay-Z?
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Rockefeller
No,
record, but
Nah, I
that's
get that, but like I didn't know it was a thing like other than Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Until like 4 years ago, I didn't know.
Until I actually.
Until like 2 minutes ago.
That's the time, yeah, because where Rockefeller signed to Def Jam is signed to it can be Ivy Universe something. That's Jimmy Iovine. Jimmy Iovine's Jewish.
Yeah.
Beats Jewish.
Yeah.
Fam, they run everything.
It's like when Reggie Yates said
Jimmy
one
Iovine,
word about
yeah.
Jewish people, got fired.
Set off.
What?
Listen.
Reggie Yates said one thing about fat Jewish
It wasn't even
he said,
anti-Semitic.
He said fat Jewish person. That's like saying
Yeah.
fat black person or fat Asian person. He was written off on BBC. Got
BBC
fired straight
took
away.
him out.
That's why he got cut. Oh my days, that's
BBC
mad,
took him
fam.
off.
Tell you, Jewish
So
people.
mad, bro. And
And again, honestly, I rate it. You worked hard for that shit, now you own shit.
I wish black people could do that, bro. I wish people could the amount of shit that people do, and I'd say racist shit about black people, and then it gets pushed under the rug.
Fam,
Nobody
like
cares.
I remember the other day, I think this was even yesterday. Fam, let me get my phone quick, fam.
I said Kim Kardashian's doing more than the Black Lives Matter thing.
That's
I
another thing.
saw that,
but
you know.
listen,
That was creasing. Someone's what made it funny was someone's keeping a tally as well. It's like Kim Kardashian 6, Black Lives Matter 0.
I saw that because you know what it is. What was it? She's paying the 5 years rent for that guy that was involved in the prison.
The next person who's doing something similar is Jay-Z, because he was paying Lil Wayne shit.
21 Savage.
21 Savage, he paid for the lawyers, but he did some other little thing that I don't think we've heard about.
I feel like we need to create I feel like there needs to be more like money
Oh,
generated.
in other news, the MPs vote to reject the no deal. So there's no deal. There's no way we can leave it without a deal. No way.
Calm.
Okay.
I'm
that's
fucking.
alright. Yeah.
But yeah, I think there was a tweet saying there was this girl that bought Drake tickets for like £300.
yeah. So that,
She
she
said,
said, I have a right to the N-word.
because I paid £300 for my Drake tickets, which was a bump anyway.
Yeah.
That means I'm gonna sing every lyric that is even the N-word. Sorry guys.
I think I actually saw your retweet of that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, fam,
What the fuck?
why is it that people understand that the word that the F word, the F word for gay people?
Maggot but F.
Yeah.
Okay.
People
I was so close to
understand
saying it out
you
loud, I swear to God.
don't you don't
Yeah.
say it. Like even right now, I didn't say it.
I
Yeah.
haven't said that word in time,
I
but
haven't said
still.
it in years.
Yeah.
But the things like N-word, you could say it with it. Oh, it's just music. No, it's not just music. Fam,
Going from that, right? I believe this. People can crucify me for I don't give a shit, right? If you're actually as sensitive to the words as you say, don't say the word either.
no, that's the thing. That's
Don't say the word
that's
either.
another issue. But the issue right now,
Obviously, no one should be saying. That's
no
what
one
I'm
should
saying.
be saying it. But as of now, we have this thing where we reclaim the word, whatever you want to take it that.
Doesn't even make sense.
But that it is what it is at this
No,
point. It is what it is.
It is what
It is what it is at this point. We reclaim the word, so it's our word.
But
And we're asking, don't say it. That's all we're asking for.
but again, black in Spanish is obviously, you know.
Yeah,
That's
of
negro,
course,
that's a colour.
yeah, that's calm.
Exactly.
but
I
the-
remember when
the
Spanish
actual
when
term,
he
like-
said it, he got crucified. I'm like, yo, you know that's his language.
like,
Yeah, that's different though. That's
But
it.
the
That's
actual-
And that was uneducated black people didn't know what they meant.
Yeah.
But I think they did know, but they just wanted an agenda against that
yeah.
person.
But
Yeah.
the actual term, like nigger, whatever you want to call it, we've reclaimed the word.
have.
So all we're asking is, you don't say it. We can sort out our own issues, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
About that, like you see that opinion about black people shouldn't say the word because it's like disrespectful to people that actually got affected by it. That's our own issue.
That's not our issue as well. That's your issue. Yeah,
That's
you're
our
right.
issue. So I don't need anyone outside of it telling me, I'm gonna say it because it's I paid that money for it, so I'm gonna say it anyway. No, it doesn't work like that.
yes, bro.
Yeah, and like nobody gets that gay people for
That's what
calling
I'm
each other like that.
No,
maggot
you're
or
right.
F.
Fam,
That's what I
you
said.
see,
So
you see
it's
the
like
song,
where
you see
you've
the
got to
song,
reciprocate the energy, like.
you see that song OK, yeah? Lil Baby, Gunna, and Young Thug.
Yeah.
You know how I got pulled off from Spotify?
What?
Because Gunna in one of his in the verse, he says, "Look at them F word, too many F words, too many bitches," innit? It got pulled from Spotify.
So do you think like
I didn't
has
clock-
Eminem's music been put up? Because
I didn't
that
clock that, yeah.
fucker was angry. Yeah.
But do you feel like if someone like Macklemore was to say too many N-words, too many bitches, right? Do you feel like his music would get pulled off as well?
I look.
Okay.
Because I think it would.
I think it would.
I think it would.
It might.
Or it would get so much backlash that YouTube will have to bring it down.
It might, but for me personally, I just think there's more people that get offended with that term, with that F word. I'm not saying that they shouldn't, because you should, but it's like they take it more seriously than the N word. It's how it pisses me off a bit.
It's how people are
because
valued.
It's
as
like
well.
it's like our issue is like bottom barrel. It's like no one, it's just swept
Legit.
under the rug.
Nobody
No one
cares.
cares for it.
I can't lie.
And it shows like where we are in society. We try to do all this black people empowerment, but really and truly we're still bottom of the pile at the end of the day. So it's just a bit,
We've
it's a bit
been
trash.
bottom
I can't lie.
Hundreds
With
of
the
years.
F word that you were saying, whenever I would say, "Oh, I'm gonna go out for a cigarette."
Oh yeah,
I'll
yeah,
say,
yeah.
"I'll go out. I'll
Yeah,
go out
yeah,
for a
yeah, but
fag."
that's like that's English
That's-
slang, innit?
Yeah,
that's
that's
why.
English slang, but that's.
In
Does
America-
it derive from the word?
I have no idea.
No, it
That's the
doesn't.
thing.
Because I'm pretty sure it was before.
Yeah, it was before.
Yeah,
It was
it was like I'm going for a fag. I don't know, like.
That's been English slang.
Yeah.
So that was before.
Yeah.
That's how
So
the
I
word
just wanted
and the
to
N word
clear
got
that
divided. So it's Spanish. They did a little slave thing,
Yeah.
innit?
No, yeah, I get that.
No, because it's not in my interest to offend any gay people.
Is that's what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like absolutely.
Again, what would
not.
you gain in
Like,
English?
fam,
Like-
have you leaked it? All of us here, with that, none of us have said it
Mm.
because we know it's deep in it. But
Yeah.
the N word, if we said it all right, like it wouldn't even be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Issue
obviously,
like
as black people, it's like we wouldn't want white people to say, or like Arab people, or like Latin American
I hear
people
that.
to say
That's
the N word. So like we got to reciprocate the energy with our different groups of people.
I hear that.
I lost my point.
So,
I definitely hear that.
and then I saw, and then when people are trying to report her to her job and stuff like that for saying it.
Now, I was just about to ask you, was it worth her losing her job for?
Because
For saying that she would say the
if
N-word.
someone's still get taken off of Spotify for the F word, what's wrong with that?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel. That's how,
Did she actually say it?
I think she said she would.
She said she would.
Yeah, she would. She
I
would.
said, I paid £300.
If I
You
could
don't
pull
think
up-
I'm going to say the N-word?
She said, I paid £300, so I have the right to say it.
If you
That's what
could, Richard, if you can pull up the tweet, send it to me, yeah?
she said.
Yeah, you do it afterwards. It's
Yeah.
cool.
But
Yeah, mind you.
I feel like because she didn't actually say it, because she didn't actually say it, then there's no need to fire.
No, but I think they pulled up her old tweets.
Did she say it then?
I think she
I
said
think she said-
N monkey.
I don't want to say anything, but
People that actually
you know, the thing is, people are right to fire people like that as well.
No, that, yeah.
Because you remember the whole thing that happened with Terrell Lewis? With that girl that tried to press assault charges, like sexual assault charges or
But he
something.
videoed it and
Everyone, there was bare witnesses on the train. Terrell Lewis was videoing it, yeah, and nothing happened. But she was like, "Oh, someone sexually abusing me on the train." She got fired from her job.
good. Because if you falsely
100.
accuse people
Yeah.
of sexual assault and rape, you
Yeah.
deserve prison time in my opinion.
100%.
100 gang.
She should have got some sort of
because that shit
Yeah.
destroy
Hurts.
people's lives.
destroy a man's
No,
life.
Destroy people's lives.
You know what it is? I get that.
Fuck you.
I get that. Listen, a lot of assault and rape and stuff, most of it's not reported because of the fear.
Yeah.
And that's another big issue, to be
Yep.
honest. But there's also the underlying issue of people lying about it as well.
Yep.
And people lying about it. Like, I see it all the time with like US sports. Like you see US college students.
do you know what's happened to this uni? I know of someone that's been falsely accused of
Yep.
it. Obviously, I
I,
can't.
think, I know you're talking
Yeah,
about.
obviously I can't say the names in it, but guy got lied upon. Feds came, arrested him,
Yep.
and kept him for a couple
No,
months.
wasn't he got arrested for something else and then he got
He got arrested for something else, but because of no, he's still here. But thank God, he got arrested for something else. I was like, for time ago, they came, but then that charge got brought up because the person said so. But they luckily found no evidence against him.
She lied.
She lied completely.
Well, she's calm now, innit?
She's calm. She's still doing this uni, living life.
That's BS. I feel like I don't know
It's a touchy subject.
I don't know the details of it all, but I feel like there's enough people lying about it as there are people doing it.
I don't know about that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know the details, but I feel like there's enough people lying about it.
I think
for there to be a
you know,
problem.
I think the majority of people don't even destroy it. I think that's the majority.
Okay, I hear that.
And I feel so bad for those girls, bro.
Being touched in that, being assaulted.
No, I hear that.
Too many.
I retract my comment. I completely
There's
understand.
way
Yeah.
too many girls.
Yeah, I retract.
We
my
all know someone that's happened
That's
to
what
it.
I'm saying.
Bro,
Yeah.
I can go on my contact slips, find the first girl that will come up, ask them, it'll be there. There's too common.
I remember being at a club with my friend, and then like there was this guy that just kept coming up to her and trying to like grab her from her behind and grind on her. And then after, I was like, and obviously she was cool with it. No, she wasn't cool with it. She was just like there because she was very awkward. And I said, yo, I'm not gonna say anything, but like, are you in? Do you feel like do you want it? Like, do you want him to do that? And she froze. Like, she didn't know what to do. So I pulled her. And then like this guy kept coming back and back and back, and I was like, bro, who's on what? Like, you keep coming up to her, like, fuck off, bro.
Yeah.
I got so vexed, I was about to fight, dog.
No, that happened to me. I went
was
to
pissed off, like.
the same situation, right? At a club. It's always at a club. One Donny flirting with this girl. This girl was literally saying, go away. I was like, bro, just fuck off.
I feel like men are trash, bro. Like that, like scumbag.
Oh, scumbag season.
100% pricks.
She deleted the tweet, yeah, but what I was saying is, I said I find it mad. I just find it mad how people know terms like the F word is bad, and they don't dare to say it. But when it comes to the N word, they play stupid like it's not that deep.
Do you see that tweet? It's like, no one, absolutely no one. Again, not a single soul. Why would, if I sell my organs, if I sell my limbs, if I give you my kids, would you still let me say the N word?
Fam.
Bullshit.
Why do you want to say it?
I don't understand. It's a word that's derived from a completely
Is it-
racist
wait.
and it's like, why would you want to
Would
say
you-
that?
you want to say?
Have you ever said the word packy?
No.
Have you ever seen the word packy?
I mean, in my uneducated days.
In your educated days,
No,
you've said
I
it, but now you've
No,
educated. You
yeah.
do not say it. The same way we said the F word. Do you ever say no?
I'ma bring
If we can fucking do it, so can you.
You know what? I'm gonna bring it up right now, yeah? Like you said, in the uneducated, in the ignorant days, yeah, the N word was brought up.
Right? Yeah.
I did say it.
We
And
all
I'm
said
not
it
gonna
until we
deny
were
that.
If
I'm
you
not
know you can learn from it, then
I'm
it's
not
calm,
gonna
man.
deny that one bit, yeah? I'm gonna come out and say it because I was
God.
very, very stupid back then.
Oh my God, your job's gonna be taken.
Don't bother, cancelled.
Don't bother, it's cancelled.
Fully.
That's it. I should then bang him in the face.
After this,
No, but fully. I don't think that's. I don't think that's understood nowadays when there are grown people that know that this is a problem in society, but they're still wanting to say it. Like right now, I'm fine. I wouldn't imagine saying that shit. Definitely, like 100%. Like people make it an excuse in music as well, like or like if someone's singing the lyrics or whatever. Yeah. No.